I'm Cheng Thom, and you're watching Ask Kai, Quickies, a series of short videos in which I teach you everything you've ever wanted to know about sex, relationships, and dating. Today's question comes from somebody who says, my partner has recently started identifying as solo poly, even though we're in a relationship, and my feelings are hurt. What should I do? Not all of you, dear viewers, might be aware of what solo poly is, and so I'm going to do my best to define it, remembering, as always, different people use different words differently, and that's okay. Nobody has a monopoly on what solo poly means, or really any other sexuality or romantic term. Your definition is valid. My definition is valid. All of us are valid. We're valid together. Okay, that's a joke, but also true. Solo poly. Generally, what it tends to mean is that the person identifying as such, the solo poly person, dates or has sex with more than one person at once, usually openly, so they're not cheating, but their primary relationship is with themselves. They're at the center of their own relationship web, if that makes any sense, and they've got like romantic or sexual tendrils. What is a sexual tendril? That's a tangent. We'll come back to that in another video. They have threads, relationship threads, that reach out to other people, but they don't bring other people into the center of their web. That's the metaphor. In practical terms, what that means is a solo poly person might really be focusing on their personal needs and their personal development in the dating and sexuality process. They don't, for example, necessarily want to have a nesting partner, someone that they live with, or they don't necessarily want to have a primary partner, someone that they focus most of their attention on. And there are many different reasons for this. Sometimes people just don't want to get into the emotional labor that is required of having partnerships that are primary or nesting or deep, right? Other times people do have very deep and romantic relationships despite being solo poly, but their primary partner is themselves, which means that they intend to focus on themselves and their personal development rather than on merging lives with another partner or partners. I should say that telling people you're solo poly when you're already in a relationship and not talking to your partner about it first is a bit of a dick move. It's just like not great, you know? It's like, no, I understand. It's kind of awkward to talk about, or there's things, you know, but we'll go into that. Well, you'll get the like nice Kai Cheng soon. It's not nice. Try not to do it, okay? That's the first advice. Okay, nice Kai Cheng time. Which brings me back to our question asker, whose partner has started to identify as solo poly, sort of unilaterally. Well, I would just say, of course, your feelings are hurt. It makes sense that your feelings would be hurt because what solo poly might be saying, or like what that declaration might be saying, is that you as a partner are not central in that person's life, or it might be saying that the relationship is not what you thought it was or not what you intended it to be. And whenever that kind of news comes as a surprise or comes secondhand or third hand, then it is likely to be hurtful. And what I wish that our question asker's partner had done was go to their partner and talk to them about it first. The conversation might still have been painful or difficult, but it might have been also more honest. It might have felt more caring and compassionate. So what are the next steps here? Well, I would really encourage both people in the relationship to have the conversation. What does solo poly mean to each of them? And are there differences in the ways that you understand solo poly and the importance of your relationship with each other? Does solo poly mean that something needs to change in the relationship? Is it that the person who is now identifying as solo poly was feeling overwhelmed, or like they didn't have enough space, or that they need to explore themselves more? All of these things are important and really do require more conversation when you're already in a relationship with someone who doesn't know what poly means to you. So the advice here is have the conversation. Be nice to each other. It's okay to want any kind of new relationship format, but really important to discuss it with the people you're already in relationship with. Okay, kids, that's it for today. You're valid. I'm valid. We're all valid. And you've been watching Ask Kai, Quickies. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow at Xtra Magazine.